So good morning, everybody. This is Sharon with Resolve and Succeed Masterminds. Today is July 28th, 2017, and we have been on hiatus for the summer for July and part of June, and so we are now meeting for the first time in July, and I am so happy to see people show up. It's like, yes, I know we've all been super busy, and I wanted to catch up on what everybody's doing and everybody be able to share, what they're involved in right now. So welcome, everybody. Gosh, it's so good to see you all. So missed you. So let's just go briefly down the line. We'll start with Catherine, and just briefly tell us what you've been involved with and what's going on, and then we'll go back and get into a little more detail. God bless you. Renee.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had that early morning cough.
That's okay.
And
Renee got her hair cut, and it's so cute. Really darling on you.
She took off so much, and I still have so much hair.
But it's so cute on you. I love it.
You can't have too much hair. For those of us with thinning hair, you can't have too much hair. That would be the better problem anyway to have, is too much hair. What I've been doing over the past couple months that we haven't been meeting is building a Shopify store. And because the Techademics platform wasn't ready, I just kept building. And what I ended up was with this store that really is several stores in one. So I have 2 collections that are ready to go, and they're all going as individual stores. I'm duplicating the store and then only bringing over the collections that are going in a store and buying its own domain name. And that's where I'm at right now. You said be brief. That was brief.
That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, Garen, how about you?
Hey, everyone. Good to see everyone.
Gosh, we've missed you.
Good to be seen. Good to be seen. Last couple of months, I've been looking at different affiliate programs to build a team with. You know that I joined Divvy.social back in February. We had a team, and things didn't materialize for us to really go at it. So I was looking at other opportunities as they come to me, and found one and spent about 3 weeks even building out a funnel for that opportunity, and then really got some more information, looked a little bit deeper, and it wasn't something that I wanted to promote. But the last couple of weeks, and I've kind of got disillusioned, or maybe illusion of relying on other third-party companies, right? The whole thing that Vic has taught us. So the last couple of weeks, I've been putting together a resource site for Janet. She finally said she's willing to kind of get out there and share what her expertise is. So I've been putting together that resource site the last 2 weeks has been my focus. I've got a little more to do, actually, because it's the most complete, complex project that I've put together. Because we're going to have tips, videos, her 9 keys to health, wealth, and wisdom, kinesiology videos, other resources, and like affiliate products. So affiliate products for water filters, or for example, Sun Warrior protein powders. We just got that affiliate account. So it's going to have all of that, but it's a sales funnel also based on Russell Brunson's value step funnel, So we've got different steps to offer in the funnel, all the way from our lead magnet to a VIP program. So We've got that map. we got that mapped out, and I'm putting that all together right now. And as we speak, Divvy.social is having their big event in Utah, which they're going to be rebranding and then letting us know what we're going to have to run with. So I'm pretty excited about that. So right after I'm done with this Dr. Janet site, I'll focus on what we have to run with, to promote in Divvy.social, which I don't think that's going to be the name anymore for obvious reasons in their rebranding. Find what we can promote, build a funnel for it, and let's get going. Let's run. So that's kind of what I've been up to.
Perfect.
And it's been exciting because the resource site, my client is happy. She likes what's being put together, you know, obviously with her feedback, but I'd be curious to get all of your feedback as well. But I'm putting everything that I know into this one project, and then we'll be marketing it with everything I know and continue to learn. So it's been exciting. Yes.
Were you aware that you could build a membership site in ClickFunnels?
Yes.
And set it all up in there?
Yes.
Because I thought in order to build a membership site, you had to have the $247 a month program, but you don't.
Yeah, that's good to know. We don't have a membership set up yet, or a site, or an idea for that yet, how that would work, you know, what she would offer. That could be something in the works that we would be doing. But I'm also curious to hear what you guys have to say about the e-stage, you know, running that blogging platform as well, tie everything together. So I'll be curious to hear about what you know, because I just tuned into Vic last week on one of his Thursday, I think, live events to kind of see what's happening there. But I don't know much more about the e-stage, so if you could share some of that with me this morning, I would appreciate that. Also, Janet and I are going to be meeting a good friend of her that is out of state later this morning, so I'm good here till 10 o'clock.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and move on. And Darren, there's a couple things I think I can help you with also, so we can chat as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Lucinda, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
You
been
look really good.
I am doing a lot of work on myself.
Well, it shows.
Those they're doing in the building. And even this morning, no warning, I go in the kitchen and this guy yells from my balcony, "Oh, we're coming to do your balcony now. You didn't move anything off?" I said, "Nobody told me." So after I went downstairs and had a comments back and forth to the superintendent, they sort of took stuff off the balcony, but these groups that are working here are so stressful. They ripped my blind out of the window. They didn't bother undoing the screws. Constantly coming without giving notice. They put 3 broken windows in my apartment and 2 screens that are broken.
Oh my gosh.
And who knows when they're going to get back to replace those. So my doctor came to see me this past week, and she said that I've been having severe headaches and my blood pressure has been going up. And she said, "I see that you're a person whose blood pressure is deeply affected by what's going on around you," when she says that I'm suffering from severe stress. So anyway, that's that. I bought myself a new bed. I went and got the money out of the bank and lost my purse and $230. Luckily, they gave me back all my business cards, but I went and had them all replaced anyway, just to be on the safe side. So it's been a pretty hectic time around here. But I've been, most of my I have listened in on Vic a few times. Of course, until his father passed away, he really hasn't been doing much on the site. And I'm glad I got the 4% group. But at this point in time, I don't see anything on there that I really want to promote. And I really don't see any point in signing up a bunch of people who aren't paying anything. So, yes, you hear this. You're told that that person will be tied up to you forever if they decide to buy things. But my past experience with that has not been good. So I'm really, a book I highly, highly, highly recommend you all read, including Garen, is called Rich Woman. This is Robert Kiyosaki's wife, and he has the Rich Dad, but her first book is Rich Woman. I highly recommend that one. She goes into so much detail about the difference between men and women and all the facts and figures. And she says women in particular do much better in business than men when it comes to online marketing. So I can see I learned so much more. I've read most of Robert's books now. I keep reading more. I read the one by one of the ones he did with Donald Trump. And I wondered at first, how could he be writing a book with Donald Trump? He must be a nicer person than I think he is, because Robert Kiyosaki is a very compassionate, caring person. And I'm very impressed with what he has to say. I can see how he's getting himself into a lot of trouble, because he tells people, I said, I'm sure he won't be very popular because he tells people what they need to know, not what they want to hear. So that's quite interesting. Apparently they've written another book. I haven't read that one yet. I've been really looking into getting into buying rental properties. I love real estate, and I'm learning so much from these books. And they have a lot of, there's a lot of information online that you can get into to help with that. And I do know a lot about real estate, and I love real estate. I love looking at houses. I've renovated houses and this sort of thing. So I think that that's probably what I'm mainly going to go with is the real estate. So I've been working on that. I've actually went out with a couple of my neighbors because they're deciding whether to move from Toronto. His wife is retiring this year, and they're deciding whether to stay in Toronto. So we went to a couple of different towns, and especially Cobourg I liked. And considering, you know, they're considering whether to move out there. And I was thinking, well, Toronto's too expensive right now. The mid-range house is $1.2 million.
Wow.
And I went past, and here we are in Scarborough, which is less than downtown Toronto, near the lake. And one of the, they're building a whole bunch of condos down there on Danforth Avenue. And the one had only 4 2-bedroom condos left in the building, and they're around 1,100 square feet, and they're $600,000.
Wow.
And then you have to put out over $500 a month just in fees alone. So prices have been skyrocketing here, but then they've it's hard to say what's going to happen right now on that. So I'm thinking that Cobourg is just an hour from Toronto. I had no idea. It was a beautiful straight road. And I really like the town, other than it's rather low. It's lower even than Toronto in elevation. But that's one of the main things I've been concerned with. And I've also been really, really, really concentrating a lot more on my health and getting that straightened around. So what was the one thing you asked, Karen? You wanted to comment on? Karen, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. What was that again?
What was it you wanted an opinion on? You asked.
Oh, Janet's website, resource site. When I complete it, I'll send the URL or post it in Resolve and Succeed, and check it out and share your feedback.
It was the E-stage. E-stage, that's it now. I got that page. Okay,
Oh, E-stage, right.
I have read quite a bit of that. And what they're doing is really, like I have WordPress sites. And a month, American, is a lot of money for those sites. I'm sure he's offering a few other things than you get if you just order it yourself. But I use the Genesis platform, which I think cost me $100 one-time fee. And then I bought, I had bought one other program, and that was about $60. And one other one I had bought previously was about the same price, but then when they upgraded it, they gave me that free. So then those were the only. This platform, once you buy it, you can use it for any of your WordPress sites.
Yeah, when the last time I found got information about E-stage was from Vic. He was doing a demo on 4%, and they had just upgraded like level 2. So that's the last time I heard, and at that time it was $97 a month. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right.
But it looked, at that time, at that early stage, what he was demoing was pretty impressive to me.
It is. They're on. They're supposed to be coming out with 1.6 this week, just to let you know. And yes, it is. It's very impressive. So, anything else, Lucinda, before we move on to Renee?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Renee, how about you? You've been a busy lady. Gallivanting.
I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
I tell you.
Well, of course, we saw each other in Orlando, and that was a lot of fun and very transformational.
Yes.
To say the least. And I was so impressed with Forbes Riley that I went to her Forbes Factor Live because in Orlando, Forbes, I feel like she was the best.
Me too.
As far as her the electricity that she created in the audience and everything. It was just truly amazing. So I went to the Forbes Factor Live last weekend, as a matter of fact, when I was supposed to be looking for a place to live. Anyways, I was in Long Beach Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All I can say is it was extremely intense. That intense is or deep are probably the two words that come to my mind right off the bat. It was very intense because the first day was helping, not everybody, but helping several people deal with childhood issues. And it was, it seemed to be a central theme of molestation, childhood molestation. And so it was working through that. And then somebody was gay, and so they were dealing with her coming out to her parents who were Mormons. So that was, she was a challenge. And so we had all that to deal with the first day. And then the second day was more about positivity and lifting up and dealing with circumstances and your mindset and so forth and so on until the end of the day, which is what she called Lifeboat. And that was that impacted me, I think, the most, you know, and gave me a lot of things to think about in my head, you know, as far as creating my own worth, realizing, you know, that I still have some work to do on a couple of personal issues, but it also helped me realize that my childhood PTSD issues, I think I've dealt with. And I've managed to put that behind me as far as the energy, you know, the negative energy of it goes. So I still have the death of my brother and my ex issues to deal with, but at least I know I've got 1/3 of my stuff dealt with. So that makes me feel good. But it took me a couple of days after, like Tuesday, before I realized that's where I was at. And then they said that exercise will probably continue to go on, percolate in our mind and settle and transition and change things in us for another week or two. So it was very eye-opening. And then the third day was mostly about business. And we covered a little bit of the NLP, the neuro-linguistic programming stuff. And that was very interesting. And I've decided, based on my experience and the direction that I want to go with the personal development, that Force would be someone that I can learn a lot from. So I've decided to go with her master's program. And so that's basically a year-long program of online, or actually phone calls, weekly phone calls, and then another 3 days of intense training, and then 2 days of the neuro-linguistic programming, and I forget what else. There's more stuff in it, but I decided to go that route because I felt like that would benefit me, so that I could have more of an impact on the world or other people or whatever. So, but she impressed the heck out of me. She's known for her fitness. She's known for her home shopping network type sales. She sold $2.5 billion worth of product on the shopping network type stuff. And then she has this mindset or personal development type program that she's extremely good at, and she knows how to bring it out of people. It was an amazing experience. That much I can say. As far as the other stuff goes, I have gone ahead and picked up an Enagic machine for the Kangen water. And I bought it through Miles, because Miles was actually the one who originally introduced it to me. And I was supposed to be under Miles in 4%, but somehow I got attached to Paul O. And so Paul gets some of my stuff, but I decided to sign up under Miles, because Miles is almost ready to hit the top platform or top level in Enagic. So he's going to start placing people that he signs up once he hits that number, because he'll still get bonuses and stuff. So he's going to start attaching new people who signed up under people in his downline already. So I decided to go that route. So I've tried out the machine. I got it on Tuesday, I think. And it was pretty exciting. I was able to actually attach it to the faucet all by myself. I wasn't sure if I could do it, because I am definitely not into plumbing. I can understand the mechanics of some things, but I wasn't really sure if I could figure it out. It took me a while, but I got it. Yay! So I'm drinking the water now and playing with it. I still have to go through the little booklet so I can understand all the little nuances of the machine, but I did the quick start and it works. And I've noticed when I have my protein drink, I usually just mix it with water, this particular brand that I take, and it comes out smoother with the Kangen water for some reason, which I was kind of surprised about. And so I'm experimenting with that. And then when I was at Forbes, they have this health bracelet. You know how the Fitbit was all the rage for a long time, but it only covers just a few things like your steps and calories and stuff like that. Well, this new, it's kind of fairly new, I guess, and I hadn't heard of it before, but it measures your blood pressure, your pulse rate, you know, of course, your activity, your steps, and stuff like that. And then later on this year, they're going to be adding the blood sugar level, which I find I'm going to need that for sure. And then an alcohol level, and then some of the other stuff, a mosquito repellent type thing. I'm not sure what that is, but I was impressed because they did like a little sample of someone doing some exercise. They showed her resting heart rate and her current, you know, her blood pressure at that time and all that stuff. And then they had her do a little bit of stuff with the spin gym. And so then afterwards they showed what her pulse rate was and what her new blood pressure was and all that kind of stuff.
Renee?
So, yeah.
Excuse me, do they have an affiliate program for that?
They do have an affiliate program. I didn't sign up at that time because I wasn't sure what I had on my credit cards, you know, for balances and stuff. But I was going to do it yesterday and I forgot. So I'm going to probably do it today to sign up. But the risk, they have like 3 different sets. I don't know if I have it. Let's see if I have it in the booklet.
The reason I asked that was maybe that's something that Garen could add to his entourage of products.
I think
that would go
very
well.
beneficial, and it certainly works well. I don't have it in front of me, but I just remember that the individual, you know, like if you just want to buy one bracelet, this is not the affiliate part, but just to buy the one product, it was something like $350. They had a family pack of 4 for something like $1,300. And there was something else, I don't remember what it was. And then as far as
Renee,
yeah.
what is the name of the product, and is there a website, a URL that you have?
I have to
or I can Google for it.
URL. And I was going to sign up under Forbes because Forbes is going to be the sponsor. So whoever she signs up, it's going to wind up trickling down at some point. But it's HELO. And the affiliate program part of it is $56 a month. And I'm not sure what all goes on it, because I was going to try to log in or go to the site today, or maybe get the referral link from Forbes first before I go to the site, because I don't know if they have cookies or anything like that. But
how come they're charging you to be an affiliate? I've not heard of that before. And can you type it in the chat box, please?
I don't think I have chat box on my.
It might be more of like a network marketing type of setup, because all the affiliate programs that we have on Janet's site are all free. You know, like most ClickFunnels, everything is free. So maybe it might be a different structure where you build a team.
Yeah, you do build a team.
Okay.
You do build a team on it. I just remember I took a snapshot Let's see if I can find it in my bazillion photos here.
I'm very happy to hear, Renee, you're connecting with Forbes and committing to be mentored by her. That's just fantastic.
I decided that it was going to be really important to me. Okay, so for as far as
Yeah, you know.
what you get out of that Hilo thing is you get heart rate, step counter, calories, distance covered, sleep quality. There's an iPhone and Android compatible thing. EKG, blood pressure, mood sensor, fatigue sensor, remote monitor. Oh, this one was pretty cool. Remote monitor other people's vitals. Like if you have parents that you're concerned about, if they're wearing the thing, you can get hooked up to where you can read what their statistics are in case you need to be concerned about them or something like that, and follow through on that area. Or there was another option where you could monitor somebody else who is close to you by having them put their fingerprint or thumbprint on the Hilo, you know, a certain way, and that's how we got the other person's statistics. You know, in case you're talking to somebody and they want to know, you know, well, what does this do? You can have them put their finger on the wrist monitor thing, and then show them on your phone what the readings are. It was pretty cool. And then
did you say it could? Did you say it could actually give you a reading on your sugar without pricking your finger?
That's what it says, but that's coming later this month. It's not out just yet. That's their next big advance. There's a panic button, emergency SOS, GPS location, the blood oxygen, body temperature, blood sugar, mosquito shield, blood alcohol level, and then of course the business opportunity. And then let's see if I can read that. Oops. Oh, I gotta find it again. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting, and I was thinking about just getting the wrist monitor and not do the business opportunity just yet until I got a better feel for things. But I'm thinking I might go ahead and do it after all. And okay, so the single Hilo was $350, and then the family was $1350, and then of course they have a premium bundle of 6 Hilos, and that's like $2,000. And then there's something that's a Zen thing. I don't know what that is. And then the monthly membership is $60, and you get 75 loyalty points. There's a Hilo app Pro times 5, whatever that is.
How much commission do they pay?
I think it was 50%. I have to ask all that. And you can store, in case you need to store your stuff, you can store it in their cloud. You know, if you wanted to store your statistics and stuff, in case you want to do a comparison, especially if you're like, well, monitored by the doctor, then the doctor can see all the results. Or if you want to see your progress as you're losing weight or getting healthier, more active and stuff, then you can see, you know, what your progress has been over time. But I just found that fascinating. And then, like I said, initially I was just going to get just the wrist thing and not worry about the affiliate part right now. but I might wind up going with the affiliate because the more I think about it, there's a lot of people who would be really cool with that.
Yep. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
I find in Canada that is really, that sort of thing is selling really well here. They're not as expensive and they don't hold quite as much, but I just know so many people in Ontario are buying them. I think they're probably going to do really, really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a real fan of Forbes too. I think she's fantastic.
She's amazing. A tremendous amount of energy and everything. And of course, I still have my product that I still need to put together, but I think Ford's Factor kind of helped me gel some things together in that area. And I have started on it. I just need to finish getting it all put together and everything. And I'm going to be a part there. When we were out there, we several of us, about 20 of us, signed up to do a book. So I'm going to be a published author.
Wow.
So it's been a lot going on. And I was supposed to move this weekend, but I might wind up doing a 6-month lease and just stay here because he said that I could get a roommate. So I might just get a roommate and do it that way.
So have you done anything with eStage?
Yes, I did start the blog. I just updated it to whatever the most recent is, but I haven't looked at it. I've done 3 blog posts. There's the thing that I have a problem with on it, unless it was updated now. The problem that I had was the centering or right align of pictures that I want to put within the post, not the feature post, but like some additional charts or pictures or video or anything like that, where you can insert it and align the words around it and stuff. That part is a little wonky. So I just have my stuff as like left aligned, but otherwise it's doing okay. It's doing well. I just have to work on it more.
Have you seen any training videos at all on it other than what little bits Vic showed?
I haven't looked.
Okay, because
I'm familiar with WordPress, so it doesn't work quite like normal WordPress works, but once you get it set up, it's okay. It did take me a while to get set up, and I do know that when you do set up your eStage, when you get it started, and once you have the serial number entered in there correctly, and that part of it is happy, you want to import the demo data, because otherwise you're going to want to pull your hair out trying to duplicate what his basic thing was. And you can modify it after that. But there's like in the themes section for eStage, there's on the left-hand side, there's something that says import demo data. So you definitely want to do that. I highly recommend that. Because
that was part of the setup instructions.
I don't know if it was the instructions, but the import demo data just kind of imports it to where, how Vic shows it on screen, how it looks,
Mm-hmm.
And how you had the picture there and all that stuff. That's what that does.
Okay.
Because I didn't realize I needed to import the demo data, and I tried to set up my header picture 5 times different ways, and I couldn't make it work. So, and that's when I saw the demo data. I'm like, oh, let me see what this does. And I was happy.
There you go. Well, thank you. Well, I know you've been all over the place. I thought you went someplace else besides Orlando and Long Beach. Techademic.
I was looking for a place to live.
Okay. Academics.
I've been pulling my hair out and boxing stuff, and now I'm going to wind up, I guess, unboxing stuff. Getting rid of stuff. Actually prepping to move is kind of is good for you, because you wind up reducing some of the clutter that you need to get rid of, but you're kind of attached to it, and then you think, do I really want to move this? Is this really important? So I've given away like 10 boxes to Goodwill and a couple of pieces of furniture that I know I'm not going to use anymore, that I don't like, stuff like that. So I still have some things to go through. And even though I'm not going to move, I decided I'm going to go ahead and go through it anyhow. And I might wind up changing my office a little bit.
There you go. There you go. Is there anything else, Renee? Or?
I think that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. Well, thank you for sharing, all of you. I have been super busy. I feel like I've just been going from one thing to another, but I was able to go back to Orlando to the conference, and I totally agree with Renee. Forbes Riley, I didn't even know who she was. I had heard about her. I never got around to watching the interview that Vic did with her. So I was like, big deal, Forbes Riley, Well, she came out and she absolutely took everything over. Her energy, the electricity. I mean, she was absolutely amazing. I think she really was the best speaker, and they had some really good speakers there. Horton, I never can think of his first name. Is it Tony Horton, or the guy that does the beach body and all that stuff? He was hilarious. Oh my God.
He was very funny. That's the first time I ever seen him speak.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had us just rolling in the aisles practically. He was so funny. And the stories of all these people, of how they got started and got into what they ended up with, was pretty amazing. His was especially amazing. He just kind of fell into it.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing kept leading to another, and it just kept leading him towards, the exercise and health and fitness. So that was pretty cool. But I met some really, really neat people there. Rodney Kim was one of the people that I met that I'm just so grateful that I did, because he's been helping me out, and he's been putting together some special stuff that I am privileged to be part of that, and is going to be helping me do some campaigns and everything. So I was really happy with that. And once everything gets set, I'll be happy to share all that with you guys. But I'm excited about that. I put ice cream screen recorder down there. This is a recorder system that Rodney actually uses. He does all the different videos, training videos, like Garen does. But I know Garen has Camtasia, and I can't afford Camtasia, so I was asking, I figured he probably had Camtasia too, and I kept forgetting to ask him, and I finally did, and he said, oh, I use Ice Cream Screen Recorder. And they have a free program that you can record up to 10 minutes, and or they have a Pro, and the Pro is $29.95, but I searched the internet for discounts. I got a 30% discount, so I went ahead and bought the Pro for $20, and that's unlimited videos. But it works just like Camtasia does, as far as being able to, have your little picture in there and talk while you're doing the screen stuff, and it shows your screen exactly what you're doing, and it's got some really, really good features. And he's used the free version until just recently, and he said it worked just fine. You're just limited to 10-minute videos. So I wanted to pass that along to you, because I'm going to start making, I have not been able to make any videos like Garen does to show the screen and stuff, because I didn't have the tools to do that. So now I do. So I'm really excited, and I'm going to start making videos. I've also been working on setting up landing pages and doing the bridge page and doing my videos for that. And second, I don't think so. You'll have to look at them. Anyway, so I've been doing that and getting ready for to promote Money This Week. And it's what I was waiting for was for eStage to come out, because in answer to your question, Garen, what eStage is all about, it's a platform that has 3 different parts to it. The first one is blogging. The next one I can't remember, but there's also a membership site that they're going to be coming out with. I don't know, Renee, if you remember what the third thing is, but I know it's in 3 different parts. But
I think it might be like, you know, those sales pages and stuff.
oh, is that okay?
You know how you scroll down and it has a totally different look and different levels in there. I think they call it parallax or something or another. But yeah, I think that's what it is, but I could be wrong.
It's Rodney Kim, Garen, is who I met. And I actually met him through Marlon. Marlon was at the conference as well. We were roommates, so that was fun. Another thing about eStage, the biggest thing about eStage is that they have set up the whole funnel. And it's set up so if somebody comes in and they don't buy, it'll direct them to one place. And if they still don't buy, it'll direct them to another place. If they do buy, it'll direct them to another place. And then it automatically is going to be sending out all the emails and do all the follow-ups and everything for you. So that's what makes eStage so valuable, is that the whole system is a done-for-you system. And you just basically have to plug in your links and go from there. So that's why I'm so excited about it, and I'm waiting because I wanted to run some traffic and start doing some solo ads and stuff. And I've completely stopped everything because I have been waiting for eStage to come out. Now I got it loaded on, which was complicated as far as I'm concerned, and I've gone in there a couple times to try to set something up, but I've got nothing. So I'm working on that. I'm also I have access to Insta traffic, so I'm doing Insta traffic, and I'm just starting lesson 8 for Insta traffic. I am very disappointed in it. For somebody that knows nothing about Instagram to go through that, it is not a 1, 2, 3 step-by-step follow me. He gives really, really good information in it, but he doesn't do a step-by-step like Vic does with us. So like I said, I haven't finished the program, and maybe he'll wrap it up and you know, it'll be better. But so far, I'm not, it's not what I expected it to be. Especially, you know, Vic was saying, you know, learn from the best and everything. And he's really good and he knows a lot of information. But it's like he knows so much and it's in his head, but he doesn't, to me, he's not giving it those nitty-gritty details of what you need to do and how you need to do it. So just, you know, if I had already been into Instagram and knew it a little bit better, I think it would have been a lot more value, because it would have been more, you know, it's more of an advanced thing. But for the very beginner, I personally don't think it's set up very well, because I'm on lesson 8 and I could not go and set it up right now. You know, he tells you to go just for 2 weeks, look for pictures and quotes and all that stuff, and put the right pictures with the right quotes, and how to, you know, style it and this and that. But he doesn't really explain what Instagram is about from the beginning. And I thought that was kind of a big thing that he left out, because honestly, I still don't understand Instagram and why people want to look at all these pictures with quotes on them. I don't get it. So I know, Renee, you're in it and you love it, but at this point, I don't get it. So anyway, I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's Sharon.
Yeah.
I think that's an example that it's kind of like the 4% thing. It's really difficult to find somebody that is an expert and then can teach their expertise.
Yes.
I think Vic is a good example of that. Russell Brunson. There are those handful of people, but it's kind of like 4%, isn't it?
Yeah.
To find those kind of people.
Like I say, he's really good, but he's not a teacher. He just has a sheet of paper that he refers to, and a lot of times in the videos, he'll go, "Oh yeah, I'm going to cover that later," or "Oh yeah, you know, well, it's this, and I'll get to that in a minute." But then he never gets back to it. So then I feel cheated, you know. So you know, that program is $500, and so it's not cheap. But anyway,
I have a question about eStage.
Uh-huh.
Is the eStage a sellable platform just on its own, or
It
does
will
it
be.
have to be part of the 4%?
No, it will be.
You have to be.
It will be soon. I think Vic said once they get to 1.8, then it's going to be a standalone product. And they're upgrading every single week. Every single week they're making, you know, improvements to it. So it's moving very, very quickly. The other thing that I did.
Is there a beta group for that? A beta test group, or is there a trial, or you just pay the $97 a month?
I think we are the beta test group at the moment.
Yeah, I think so too. Everybody that went to the conference, we get it free. So we don't have to pay the $97 a month. And that was one of the main reasons I wanted to go to the conference, was to be able to take advantage of that. So we don't have to pay that, but everybody else pays $97 a month. So, but he hasn't really announced any more than that. But it will be a standalone product within 4%. Just like Kangen water is going to be a standalone product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as far as Kangen water goes, there's different ways that I think, well, unless Vic has been able to make other arrangements, you have to own the product in order to sell it. But there's a way around it. Because normally you want to buy the machine, you know, to have clean water and have the higher pH level, so forth and so on. But the machines are kind of pricey. So if you wanted to start smaller, what you would want to do is buy one of the Ukon packages, and it's basic. I'll get one and show it to you.
No, I'm very familiar with Kangen water. I've known about it for a few years now. We won't be promoting it. Janet has had clients that have had issues, and it's related to people playing with the pH of their water. So in her good conscience, we won't be promoting Kangen.
Okay. Yeah, but this is the box. And so they have like a 3 or 4 month package. And this is the primary product is turmeric. And it has some a little bit of other stuff, but the primary product is turmeric root and turmeric oil. And so that's one way that people can get in on the Kangen rope you know, if they're wanting to promote it. And that's a lot cheaper than buying a machine, because the machine is anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 versus this for a 4-month, 3 or 4 month package, you know, comes in a big box, and that's like about $800 with tax. And
You know, what's great about that, I mean, it costs a lot, but the commission is a lot. I mean, look at Justin Berengia making $2 million in like 45 days. Yeah, you could make money and with that, because there are people, and that company's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a very solid company.
So what do you
It's
mean
not
by
host
the pH that, you know, that Janet,
she had some clients had some health problems.
uh-huh.
And Janet, using kinesiology, is able to tune in exactly what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was related to pH. And these people were on the Kangen water, issues prior to the Kangen water. So according to, you know, I'm not the expert, but according to Dr. Janet, that pH is a very subtle thing and can make big differences. You know, a lot. There's like a 9 point something that, you know, for more alkaline drinking water. So you get into the end, you know, those were the words that you had stated at the beginning, Renee, that I'm playing with the pH and I'm experimenting.
Right.
So, you know, it wasn't like a large numbers of people, but there were a small number of clients that Janet had that it was because when they stopped the Kangen water, those issues had gone away.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know, it's very subtle stuff. But I've seen the presentations. I've been to a number of live presentations of that Kangen water, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Good presenters. And you've got people like Miles, Justin, that are delivering this online. I think even like David Sharp, and there was a big gathering of Empower Network people like Tony. What was this? Tony, one of the top leaders in Empowerment, and they had a hangout maybe about a year ago, and they were promoting Kangen. So you got all these major online marketers promoting something that is a high ticket item, and the commissions are like crazy. There's a guy, Vernon Nate, in 4%, that is just cranking. You know, he's a Filipino gentleman, lives in New Jersey. I met him in Vegas. But, you know, he's showing like 60 checks of Kangen. They're doing online stuff.
Impressive, yeah.
It's very impressive, but, you know, I have a different perspective. So I won't be promoting that.
I also have tried that too.
Level in your own body as to how much the Kangen water benefits you. And I would probably tend to say that I'm more acidic. So raising my pH is a lot more beneficial for me than maybe somebody who's younger and has a level pH. That would be my guess.
Well, I've used it in the past. I couldn't afford it, but I was going down getting these special treatments and bringing home a big bag of it, and it helped a lot. I've done a lot of research because pH is one of my major problems. And I can tell you that telling you to drink water at a pH of 9.5 is wrong, 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 wrong. That's much too high. It should be no more than around 8-ish. Even for people whose pH is quite acidic. When I went to Spain a number of years back, I took my pH papers with me. And in every city I went to, the pH of the water was between 8.2 and 8.7. This is the tap water. I came back so much healthier. And I would go from one city to the next, and the next morning I would test my pH, and it was balancing with the place I was then. That's how fast it changed it. So, yes, I can see it. If a person's system is alkaline and they're taking this 9 point something water, they're going to get really sick.
Yeah, they have different levels, you know, from like 7 to 9.5. So it's a matter of finding what's the right one for you.
Yeah, I think the way that to actually, you know, experience Dr. Janet's work is if you had muscle testing or dowsing or kinesiology to test which pH is specific to you, and you can do that. But like what Lucinda was saying, you know, it's the idea that, oh, alkaline water is good for me. So 9.5 is good, but it's the kind of idea that where something good, when taken too far, becomes toxic to the system. And I think that's kind of what happened with, you know, Janet's clients that were experiencing these health issues.
Yes, if you're going to take it that high a pH, you can only take it for maybe a month at the most, and take it down. But I know long in the past, when I started studying this, they were recommending a pH of around 7.2 to 8.2 to take. Now I'm finding that they're telling you to take it at 9.5, and I do not agree with that for any reason. It's too highly acidic, or alkaline, I mean.
Okay. Well, this is all good to know. I wasn't aware of that aspect of it and everything. I do know that when I got the Uklon first, and they say to take 5 a day, and I thought, okay, I'll just take 3 my first day because I don't know what my body's response to this is. But within 2 days, my joints stopped hurting so bad, and I had more range of motion in my neck. So I can tell that the turmeric, you know, that extra turmeric and the type of concentration that it is, that it helped me a lot. The water, that remains to be seen, I think, but at least I'm ready.
Well, the turmeric is something that I'm taking, and I've got a turmeric tonic that I got from Dr. Oz, which is made with turmeric, ginger, lemon juice, and like agave or that, and sparkling water and a pinch of cayenne. And I've been taking that for 11 days, and I can tell you, I am starting to feel a lot better. And it's probably a lot cheaper than those. If you want, I'll put the recipe on the site.
Yeah, turmeric and ginger. Ginger is really good for the inflammation and everything, and the cayenne too. So yeah.
For some reason, it seems to work way better when you use mineral water.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but
maybe the sodium.
Could be. I don't know. All I know is that I've been taking it for 11 days every morning, and I use the root and the ginger root. Grind them in my machine with the ginger, and I haven't been putting the cayenne in because I can't find it. My apartment's still in disarray. But yeah, turmeric. For most people, I'm saying there will always be exceptions to the rule, but when you can mix a turmeric with ginger and lemon, a bit of lemon juice, and put it in with the mineral water and some sweetener, they use quite a bit. They call for 3 tablespoons in a cup of either agave or honey. And I don't know. It seems like a lot, but for some reason it agrees with me. So
I would appreciate it if you would put that on there. What is it that is supposed to do for you? Did it say, is it specifically for certain things or just for general health?
General health, but especially to do with the gut.
Turmeric is also really, well, turmeric has a lot of good things that it can help with, you know, with your body, including your inflammation, you know, your joint health and general health overall. And then mixed with the ginger is really good for your joint and inflammation. Well, actually, both turmeric and ginger is really good for inflammation. Yes. And I have a lot of inflammation in my joints, so that helps a lot. I was doing ginger a lot for a while, but it wasn't enough. And then what else? The lemon water is antioxidant. Well, actually, they're all antioxidant, I think. And of course, the lemon water turns alkaline inside your body. And then the cayenne pepper is also for, I want to say for your cardiovascular system, but I could be wrong. I forget. But it's cayenne pepper, not the other peppers, but the cayenne pepper.
Cayenne.
Yeah. I wanted to give some more information before Darren had to leave. At the, let's see, Catherine said I've got a recipe for this in the kitchen if you'd like me to share. Sure, that'd be great. Anyway, when I was at the conference, my other roommate was Joni Shakir, and I've known her since the Techademics conference, so we stayed in touch. She's super, super lady. Well, come to find out, she is a master esthetician, and she's been in the industry of health and wellness and beauty for like 30 years or something. I mean, it's ridiculous, the amount of knowledge and experience that she's got. But I was talking to her about beauty products, facial skincare products, and when we were there, she was drinking these shakes, and so we got to talking about it. Well, come to find out, it's all through Herbalife. She's an Herbalife distributor, which I used to be Herbalife 40 years ago, probably. And they've changed a lot. And she has gone in and just peeled away everything she could to find out about all these different products. And they have an affiliate program. It costs $94 a month, and then you get 25% off of anything that you purchase. But the skincare, she said, the skincare is some of the finest skincare out in the marketplace. And then also these shakes, these protein shakes that she takes, they work really, really well also. So Darren, I wanted to pass that along to you. And what's NATU? I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's Herbalife, so if you're interested, natural skincare, yes. It's all aloe-based, and it's excellent. So if you wanted to know more information about that, I could give you Joni's number, and I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you. But again, in your arsenal of different products and stuff, I wanted to make sure that I told you about that. And I'm going to be ordering the products. So after a while, I'll be able to give you a testimony as well. But I mean, she's got absolutely beautiful skin, and that's what she uses. So I wanted to get that information to you. The other quick thing that I also did was Digital Marketer, which I love them. Also had a program on e-commerce, and it's a $995 program, and they had it on sale for 95 bucks. So I signed up for that program. I haven't started through it yet, but I'm going to be doing that as well because Catherine is doing e-commerce and doing a phenomenal job. And Catherine was kind enough to let me do the e-commerce course through Techademics with her as her partner. She's been going forward with it. I've just kind of fallen off, but I wanted to take this course to kind of fill in some blanks for her and then do it as well. So I signed up and been going through the 90 days e-commerce course, and I got to a certain day and then I stopped because it became overwhelming doing it every single day for that many days. And so I got off on some other stuff, and I was going through the boot camp training through ClickFunnels. Darren, did you finish that training? Because I know you were going through it as well.
No, I did not.
Okay. Anyway, I started through that training, so I was doing that also. So it's like I kind of got bombarded with stuff, and I had to stop and say, okay, I need to focus, and let's do this first, then this, then this. So that's where I've been at, because there's so many things. But Catherine,
No, that is a good thing. The focus thing. I'm working on that too and applying that. And that's great, Catherine. I just saw this morning a post by Techademics. They're offering their $997 19-step ecom course for free. As long as you give a testimony at the end, it's free. I just saw that post on Facebook about an hour ago, 2 hours ago.
well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Catherine, you're muted. There you
Yeah,
go.
I didn't know that. What was the name of it again? The Techademics course.
All I recall, Catherine, is that it was a 19-step ecom, blah, blah, blah. But it was a $997 course that is free. And it was a Techademics ad. Chris Records' image was on it. It sounded pretty cool. But I would love to do it, but then that would take my focus on what I'm on.
Well, this is my focus, and it is my only focus right now. So I will go see if I can find it. And I like Sharon's idea of things. If you learn something, bring it here and share it. So I will. If I learn something, I'll bring it and share it.
Well, I'll tell you, with all of us kind of being in different areas right now, I think it's fantastic because, again, what we're doing and all the marketing aspects and everything, a lot of times things overlap each other. So it may not be specifically what you're doing, but the information that we're getting from the group here, you can apply it to the certain thing that you're doing. So I think that's really, really good. Oh, good, Catherine, thank you. I will copy that. We need to post that in the, is this the same one you have, Lucinda? Water or milk? Lucinda, take a look and see if this is the one that you have. Have you tried this, Catherine?
Yeah.
And what did it do for you?
If I do it often, here's the example for me. I'm trying to lose weight because my cardiologist tells me if I don't, I'm going to die. Simple as that. Get the weight off. It's too hard on your heart. And I have heart issues. I don't do it every day, but I have been walking almost every day. And I can walk as much as 3 miles, but not without stopping. We walk at 2 places. One is Mitchell Park, and the track is a 1/4 mile. And all around the track, there is wrought iron benches. So I try and go around once, and I sit. I don't have to sit long, but I have to get off my hips because especially my right hip burns. Renee's right about the turmeric. If you do it religiously, it takes away the pain. It's just a matter of putting it together and doing it every day.
And finding the purest form is pretty important because that, like Costco, I've been taking Costco turmeric for years. It wasn't enough. That much I can tell you. I still have it in my cabinet, and after taking this turmeric, it doesn't compare.
Yeah, I was very excited to see your pills and wondered if they would make a difference for me. The other thing I have, I got a morning lemon water recipe I was about to type in. Another thing I have that I didn't bring in here that I've only done a couple times, but it sort of seemed to like if I would continue it, maybe that would be a difference. And it's a turmeric paste that you cook. And then you add it to something when you go to bed, water, milk, whatever you want to add it to. But I've only done it twice. I guess for me, it's a matter of being diligent enough to continue to do it. And you would think somebody whose back and hips hurt as bad as mine do, I would do it. But swallowing the pill is an easier thing, and I might do that more religiously.
It's much easier to swallow the pill. And these pills are real small and smooth, so I don't choke on them or, you know, have to do extra water just to get it down. But the one thing I've noticed is the last couple of months, my hips have been hurting like crazy. Hips and knees and ankles have been hurting a lot when I sleep, you know, and I haven't noticed that this week. I don't know if it's coincidence or if it's this, but I do know that my neck and shoulder feels a lot better, which is a huge improvement because my neck tends to burn. My shoulders ache all day, all night, you know, so for me, it's made a difference, I think, but we'll see. Time will tell. If I stop it for a week, then I'll know for sure.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Keep us posted. Keep us posted. I'd love to know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
How much were the pills again?
I'm not sure how much it is a box, but it was about 800. Let me show you what it comes in. It was about $800 for a box like this, which is about the size of a paper and then, I don't know, 8 inches deep. And it has how many? It has 10 of the smaller boxes, which has 100 capsules. And it has it has 600 milligrams of the turmeric root and another 50 milligrams of the natural turmeric oil from the root. It also has olive oil, perilla oil, flaxseed oil, evening primrose oil, and then some of the like vitamin, a tiny bit of vitamin C, and then E, and then several of the B vitamins. So I'm going to be B vitamin out because my my protein, I think my protein drink is got all that B vitamin stuff.
So how long is that supposed to last you?
This is supposed to last about, I think it was 4 months, 3 or 4 months. I forget exactly. It's either 3 or 4 months. And you take 5 of these is what's recommended. So each of these little things is 2 days worth, but you don't have to take 5. It's just what they recommend. Like for me, I started off with 3 in the morning, and that was enough. But you can take up to 5. I'm thinking about sending a small box to my brother and see if it has any impact for him, because he has some major physical problems. Because he's had neck surgery, he's had shoulder surgery, his knee surgery, his hips. He can barely walk, and so and he's in pain, massive pain all the time, to where it makes him grumpy, you know, and kind of mean to people because he hurts so much. So he's trying to get out on disability. So I'm thinking about sending him a pack of this just to see if he notices a difference and see if it helps him at all. Because I know for some people it helps and other people it doesn't.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does anybody have any questions as far as what we all talked about today or something that we didn't mention today? Because I know we're not going to meet again until the last weekend of August, August 25th, and then August 26th is my 45th wedding anniversary. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
45 years. So Techademics is going to be on then, and so I'm not going to that, obviously. But yeah, we're going to get to have a little trip together, so we're excited about that.
Oh, that. Do you know where you're going to go yet?
We're going down to Monterey.
Oh, no.
We went there on our honeymoon, and then on our 40th anniversary, we redid our whole honeymoon. Every place that we went on our honeymoon, we went back to the same places. We stayed at the Madonna Inn. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it's like an old hotel, but all the rooms are different themes.
Yep.
Ours was a William Tell room, and we got to stay in the William Tell room 40 years later. So that was really fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we booked the same exact room. And so this time, Monterey has always been an extremely special place. Monterey, Carmel, Pacific Grove.
Mm-hmm.
For us.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
So we're going to go down there. And my husband is the one that set it all up, so that makes it even more special.
Nice.
So, yeah. So
Make you feel
cool.
young.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, I'm excited. So, so we're going to get to do that. But I'm just really excited about everything that's going on. I know, with Vic's dad and all the stuff that he, went through being with him. It was really sad at the conference because he was on stage and he said, I don't even know if my dad's going to be alive by the end of the conference.
Yeah.
And, everybody's like, oh, no. And, how he could go through that conference and do everything the way he did, I don't know. But he did. He was a real trooper. And the conference was great. The conference was really, really good. The speakers were really good. They had a ton of information there. The company, I wasn't feeling really well, so I went up to the room, and then Marlon had texted me and said, get back down here, basically, because they had a company there that dealt with virtual assistants. And, that's, to me, is like way beyond at this point. But the company that was there was outstanding, and I missed the first part of it, and I'm sorry I did, but they explained about having virtual assistants, what you need to look for in a virtual assistant, what makes a good virtual assistant. And I had never thought about this before, but they were talking about how a lot of people hire virtual assistants, especially in the Philippines, and they don't have air conditioning. And so their computers don't work well because it's too hot and everything. And they have it set up where they have all these people in an air-conditioned building in cubicles with computers that work, and so on and so forth. And I was like, gosh, I'd never thought about that. And especially for e-commerce, when we were at Techademics, one of the things that they said, they asked the guys that were on stage, and they said, if you had to do it all over again, what's the one thing that you do differently? And they all said, hire a virtual assistant right from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all nice and dandy if you have the money to do it. But I don't yet, but I will. So anyway, yeah, they were explaining all the different things that they could do for you. They actually had a demo. They brought somebody up from the audience and took his name and everything. And he took his virtual assistant and said, I want you to set up a blog page for, I think his name was Frank. And so he said, by the end of the talk, it will be done. Well, I think it was only 20 minutes. Wasn't it, Renee? Something like that? In 20 minutes, she had taken him some brief information and set up a complete blog page for this guy in 20 minutes.
With his picture,
Yeah.
Davin had taken a picture of him on stage, and he sent it to her, and then she did all, she got some basic information from him, and then she did she set it all up, and it was pretty cool. I was impressed, and
Yeah.
I took advantage of that special, because we wound up getting like 120 hours instead of 80 hours, but I haven't started using yet because
Yeah.
I was waiting on Vic to get that part set up. But I have some ideas of what I want to do with it, but I just haven't started using it yet. But once I do, I'll probably get hooked.
Yeah. Well, I would have done it in a heartbeat had I had the extra money to do it, but I was lucky to be at the conference.
Yeah.
So,
It was a challenge. It's a challenge, that's for sure.
yeah, it is. But just the information, like I say, that they had there, I mean, it was phenomenal. And to open your eyes up to what's possible and what's out there, it was pretty darn amazing. So we got a lot of information on it. And if anybody gets to the point that, you know, they want it, oh, you have that? Go ahead.
I picked up his book, Dustin Matthews.
Yeah.
I was impressed with him. And this is a fairly thin book, so I think it's fairly easy reading. I haven't started reading it yet, but it says No BS Guide to Powerful Presentations. And so I'm hoping to glean some of it, of what his, you know, especially with his presentation, because he was pretty impressive.
Dustin what?
Dustin Matthews, Matthews.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, so I was pretty impressed with him. He has a number of books that he's put out, and this was co-written with Dan S. Kennedy, and I think Dan Kennedy is one of their partners or a silent partner or something or another.
Yeah, Dan Kennedy is an old school direct marketer, very respected in the space.
Mm-hmm. And then when I was at Forbes Factor, I met this lady. Here's her picture right there. I did a short video yesterday, and I included her in here because she put together a book called Get Moved. And her name is Deanna Williams. And the reason why I mentioned her is called Mapping Out Victory Each Day. I was impressed with her because she went through a lot as a child. She lost her mom, I think, when she was 7, and then her dad when she was like 11 or something. And so she went through the foster system. And each home that, you know, they kept on getting bumped around and moved around and stuff, but each home she would get molested. People
Oh, no.
in bed with her. And she's in her 30s now, but she is so strong and an amazing good heart. I was impressed with her. And so this is really good for anyone who has any type of emotional issues or any childhood issues or relationship problems and stuff like that. She has a little bit of writing, and then she has exercises for you to go through in order to help you get to know yourself, get to know what your issues are, and helping you to accept and love yourself, and to be able to move up into your next level in life, you know, to accomplish what you want. So I just wanted to mention her because I was really impressed by this lady. Her heart is so good considering what all she went through. Very good heart. So just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you so much. That's really cool. Darren just said he can be on for 15 more minutes, so that's good. And
Yeah.
then we'll probably wrap it up because I know we all have a ton of things to get done. I wanted to give a shout out to Catherine. Yes, you. For all the work that she's done. she's been working 12 to 18-hour days putting these stores together. And what she is doing, I think, is absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, she's dedicated to this. She's building these stores. She needs to monetize the stores. She's looking for somebody to monetize the stores for her. The dedication that she has shown has just been unbelievable. We were in touch every single day, and the last couple of weeks we haven't been able to do that. But for her to partner with me, and we went through the Techdemics e-commerce class together, and all the information that she's learning, and she is taking the bull by the horns, and just she's doing great. And she's going to be selling some stores. She built this humongous store. She had over 1,000 products in her store, and now she's going to divide over 2,000. Is that what it was?
Up to 2,000.
Yeah. I mean, it blows my mind, because I mean, it's so much work. So now she's going to take that store and she's going to duplicate it and divide it and sell multiple stores out of this one, which is a brilliant thing to do. But she's taken this, and she's almost ready to start selling her stores. And I just wanted to congratulate her for all the hard work she's done.
Thank you.
That's awesome, Catherine. Awesome. It looks like you, I can tell is when she's talking about it, it's like you really enjoy this, don't you? I remember you saying that you just want to build stores, and
I get
the vibe that you.
I can build funnels. I just don't know how to market anything, and I'm not interested in knowing. So if I have something that I'm good at, I told Sharon, this is the love what you do and do what you love, and you will be wealthy in an abundance of ways. This is it for me, because I can build the funnels and in ClickFunnels. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to market them, and I can build the stores. I don't know how to market them either, and I don't want to know. I've lost a lot of money playing that game. I figured out what I'm good at, and hopefully I can sell a couple non-monetized stores, and I'm going to do that on Shopify, is where my platform is, until Techdemics finally gets theirs built. And that's what I was waiting for. That's why I have a store with 12. You can only have 12. I have 12 main categories or collections, and every single collection either has 2 sub-collections all the way up to 11 sub-collections.
Wow.
So the first one that's going out is actually 2 collections with several sub-collections. The next one going out is just 1 collection, but it's got 11 sub-collections. So I'm going to spread that out and have it be the 12 individual collections. And I was just sitting there waiting for Techdemics to get their act together. And so I just kept adding stuff and making more collections until it told me I had reached my limit. And Sharon is right. There is some time in that, because every single item you have to look up. I adjust the images in Canva. Canva has become my very best friend. The only thing I can't do in Canva that I would like to do is take an image and make everything else around it clear. But I know there's tools to do that, because I can pay someone on Fiverr to do that for me, and then I can put that image on any color, and all you can see is the image.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that I haven't been able to do with Canva. And the other time-consuming thing is the information is not written by people who speak English as a first language. So everything has to be rewritten. But all that said, this group of people, because I think we're pretty much the same group of people for however long we've been here, I thank you all. But I especially thank Sharon, because when I found you, I was not well mentally. And if I hadn't found you, I'm not sure how long it might have taken me to move out of that really ugly space I was in. Sharon reached out, and I needed that. And she became the friend that I really needed at that moment in time. So I don't know, everything that I've done today, I attribute to Sharon help. She's not doing the work, but I don't think I'd be able to do the work if not for her friendship and her guidance and her direction. I am most grateful.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful to have you as a friend, all of you. I tell you, one of the exciting things about Catherine doing this work is she doesn't even realize it, but I've talked to her about this. It's like she has a course that she can sell. She could set up a membership site and sell membership for people that are doing e-commerce.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. You got like the ice cream screen recorder now. Go
Yep.
at it. You know exactly how to build these stores. That would be so valuable. And that's the thing that I think that we're all kind of shooting for when you can come up with your own product.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's a great opportunity. I can see you doing that, Catherine.
Yeah.
For sure.
First, I have to sell them to make sure that, you know, I'm really building something of value, that somebody wants it and knows how to make money with it. And then those first couple sales will go into, if any of you know how to market things and you can show me that you have earned tons of money, I'll pay you, because I'm going to pay somebody with those first few sales to monetize stores for me. We'll start with one. I don't know which one it'll be yet. But I want a store. Actually, we could start with multiple stores because I want to sell one in, at the most, 90 days. And I'd like to sell that store for the 10 or 20 grand that we're told we can sell it for if it's made 10 or 20 grand in 90 days. I want to keep some that'll go for 9 months and then a year. So I may need more than one marketer to divvy these stores out and just keep selling the non-monetized ones because I don't want to monetize them. I don't want to spend my time or my money on something that I know I suck at. I found something that I'm good at and that I love doing. I need to do that and pay somebody else to do the part that I don't like. I've lost a lot of money trying to advertise, and I don't want to go there anymore, and I don't want to learn it. I'll pay somebody else who likes to advertise to monetize my stores.
I know that Miles has his Shopify store, and he's not directly involved in it. He's having some kind of Facebook specialist do it so that he doesn't have to mess with it. Because his primary focus right now is in Magic, you know, because it's paying him daily.
Yeah.
Could you contact Miles and see if he would give you some information on that and be able to pass that on to Catherine or to myself, and then I could tell her?
Yeah, I can ask him. I think he got the source through Techademics, you know, the Shopify training or whatever, but I'll ask him.
He was at the training. He and his wife were there. We saw them. We didn't go. We live streamed it.
Yeah.
But he was there. He was the only person we knew there, the only person that I knew there.
Yeah, because he did the $25,000 thing. So the people that did that course, they're getting assistance. The people that signed up for the course that Catherine did, which was several $1,000s as well, are not getting any assistance, which I think sucks, personally. So anyway, what I wanted to say really quickly was I just wanted to correct you with your statement Catherine, you do not have to wait to monetize your store in order to prove that you know how to teach somebody to set up a store and do all the things that you do. That has nothing to do with money. Of the skills, what I'm trying to do is just bring this to the front of your mind, that you already have it. You already have a product that you could sell as well on this training. And again, with the screen recorder, all you have to do is go in and make 10-minute videos, and you break it down into, okay, this is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how you use Overload. This is what Overload is for. These are the unique features of Overload. This is how you load your products into Shopify. This is how you do blah, 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 blah. And you break it down into little segments. You already know all that information. And if you started, I know you're just focused on just doing the store, but at this point, you've almost got that done. So as a sideline of something that you could actually go out and sell a product, you could start making those videos, training videos. And again, I'm going to show you how to set up a membership site. And what you do is you put those trainings in that membership site, and then you put it on a drip. So they have to go through, the first training before they can get to the second training, just like Vic is doing. And you can do that all in ClickFunnels. And it's all for the same $97 thing. So you already have a product because you know all that knowledge. It's just a matter of putting it together. It has nothing to do with you selling the store.
Okay. You have told me that before, and it didn't sink in, or I just flat didn't believe you.
Yeah, that way you don't have to wait.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Months. You can start doing that now. It's just like for me, I've been procrastinating, getting all my product put together, but Forbes has said this, Vic has said this, you can go ahead and pre-sale your product even though you don't have your product complete.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I have
options.
Techademics pre-sold this product that ultimately is $3,600, and they still don't have the platform to sell it, nor do the people, like Sharon just said, who only signed up for that class and not the $25,000 class. We're not getting support. We have no one to talk to. We have a private.
You can be the support. So you can be the support with your training.
I don't know that I know enough to do that.
They will pay.
Yes, you do.
For it.
The expert secrets bottom line from Russell Brunson is you just need to be a couple of steps ahead of everybody else.
One chapter ahead. Yep, one chapter ahead.
Okay.
So anyway, I just want to throw that out there, that again, you already have it. You've got it up here. You've been doing it for 10 to 12 to 18 hours a day. The process, it's the process. It's the process. Step 1, 2, 3. Just like Dick does this step by step by step. You break it down into little 10-minute videos. You do a little chunk here, a little chunk here, a little chunk here. You start doing it, and pretty soon you've got it. And you'll surprise yourself. I mean, the information that you have and all the little tips and tricks that you've learned on putting these things together, you've got so much in your head. All you have to do is get it on those videos. And obviously, our group would be there to back you and to help you in any way that we can, because, you can do it. I have all the confidence in the world in you. And again, that would give you another income stream.
And I'm sure people would pay at least $97 to be able to see all that training, because it sounds like you have amassed a lot of knowledge, and if you're doing the step-by-step, I would probably guess 97 would be a minimum. Maybe that could be like an introductory price, and then bump it up to 197 or 147 or 297, depending on what all you have in there.
And that ice cream screen recorder is the tool for that?
Yes. Yeah, and it's free. Up to 10 minutes videos. Up to 10-minute videos. And you can show your self on the screen, you know, like they do, or you don't have to. Either way, it can just be a voiceover. And what you would do is go in and make an intro video so people see who you are, because when people see who you are, then that's how they know who you are, like, and trust you, you know. So you want them to be able to see your face, and then, but for the videos, if you don't want to have yourself on there, you can just show your screen and all the steps that you do. And the biggest secret is don't leave anything out. Give all the tips and tricks that you've learned, you know, because once you've done it as many hours as you've done it, you know how to do it quicker and save people time. And that's what they're after. They want to save themselves time. They want it step by step, and they want to be able to, once they complete that, they want to be able to go in and do it themselves. It's just like the Insta Traffic. I could not go in and do it after watching that training. But
there's one other thing I want to add. I'm sorry. Before I
go ahead.
forget, there is a software, online software. You know how Photoshop is like the standard for editing photos and stuff like that, just like Canva is online. There's also something called PHOTOPEA.com that allows you. This is what I've been told. I have not used it, but I've been told that it allows you to manipulate photographs just like you would in Photoshop, and it's free.
Would you spell it out?
PHOTOP is in Peter, EA.com.
Okay.
Just to give you another tool to use in case, you know,
Yeah.
you can't do what you want in Canva.
Is that a free tool also, Renee?
It's free. I was told it was free.
So that's where we may find, Catherine, how to blank out the back or the outline of an image. Yeah.
There's
Cool. Thank
another
you.
one that I've used, but I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a real, if I can find it, I'll put it in the room, the group. But it's where you just quickly and easily clean out all the background, and then you just have it, and it creates a
Yeah.
folder for you when you save it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember
Yeah.
the name of it. It's been a while since I've used it. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, that would be great.
That
Hey,
would be
listen,
awesome.
everybody. I enjoyed this morning again. And it's so wonderful to see everybody finding their stride, you know, from Catherine and Shopify and Lucinda. Real estate sounds very exciting. Renee with Forbes Riley, and Sharon just like diving into all this cool stuff. I'm just happy to hear that, see that. And people, you all seem to be enjoying it too. And for me, that's what I'm finding right now. Great enjoyment of what I'm doing. And I look forward to more. So thank you, everybody. And until, what is that, August 25th?
August 25th, yes.
Okay.
It's the last Friday of August.
Okay, I
All
may
right,
or there.
I hope you can make it.
Well, my son
Yeah.
is supposed to be participating in Elon Musk and SpaceX's Hyperloop that weekend. So
Oh,
I
wow.
might be driving down because his school was one of 24 in the world that was accepted.
Wow.
And the only one in California. So I have to find out from him if they were able to put together their module, you know, that's going to be tested on the track. And if so, then I want to go down there and support him.
Well, that's fabulous. We are going to
Wow, that
resume.
is so cool.
Yeah,
That's
it
cool.
is. We're going to resume our weekly meetings in September. So if you can't make the August one, then we'll see you hopefully the next week.
Sometime in September, because I know I'm
Yeah.
going to be in Florida for much of Forbes stuff.
Oh,
I found the one that can erase the background pretty easily for you. And it's called Clipping Magic, CLIPPING Magic, MAGIC.com. And they have a small monthly fee. You can get like $3 for $3.99 a month. You can edit like 15 photographs or something. So just to let you know, and I know that there's some others, but I just don't know what those are. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.
Be
Bye,
well.
Darren.
Be
Thanks
happy.
for joining us.
My pleasure.
Well,
Okay, well, does anybody else have anything that they want to go over, or shall we call it done?
We covered a lot of
Okay.
territory today.
Yes, we did. We did. Well, I'm going to officially stop the broadcast, and I thank all of you for being here today, sharing with us, and yeah, we had a lot of good information. So thank you very much, and hopefully some more people will be able to join us on August 25th. It's the last Friday of August, and then again in September we'll resume our weekly meeting. So thank you all for being here, and we will see you in August.